welcome to Pandora's Box. Today I'm going to do a set review on Twinkle Melody by CardFight Vanguard. So this is a product by Bushi Road. The particular version I'm reviewing is in English. They call this an extra booster. It's extra booster number 15. It's a very small set. Total 83 cards in total only. And it was released in January 2021. And this is a product that is made in Malaysia. I think so far for me personally, I think it's the first time I've seen something that is made in Malaysia. Okay, so the first criteria that I always like to talk about is vision. So vision is basically the whole concept of the expansion itself, whether there's a theme, there's lore, and whether how big is the scale, the intention for the set. Basically, there's that. And for concept-wise, this is a set that is 99% waifu. 99%, except for these two cards. This card, and there's like a black card somewhere. Yeah, so this black card here, that is not a waifu. Other than these two cards, everything else is waifu. All mermaids, 100% mermaids. Very nice card, all done very nicely. All the backgrounds, you see, they're all underwater. Very beautiful. In terms of concept and theme, full marks. I think it's full marks. Okay? I'm impartial to waifus. I'm impartial. When I'm doing set review, I'm impartial, okay? Even to waifus. But I do think that the coherency of the theme, yes, it is there. The main knock on this set, right, is the scale. This is such a small set. Very small set, you see? So, I mean, if you do manage to collect the whole set, with all the OCRs, ASRs, what Rs, SPs, and all these things, right? Every single card you manage to get for this set, right? It only spends 5 pieces of binders, five pieces of the binder pages. Okay, full set is only 5 pieces of binder pages. This is very small. The set is very small. So in terms of scale, I have to dock it somewhat in terms of scale because this is much too small of a set to really give me much impact. So in terms of vision, I would say slightly above average. Concept team has done very well. Scale is the main thing that brings this down. So the next criteria is illustration. So very obvious, illustration is the quality of artwork, the color and all this, and whether it does have their flavor, right, that the concept is trying to implement, that the vision is trying to implement. And in terms of quality of artwork, I think full marks as well in terms of concept. So like one of my favorite cards here, Miss Alternating Boobs. You see? The artwork is super beautiful. Not only they've got very nice waifus, the backgrounds are done very nicely as well. Even the foiling is all done very well. You see certain cards here, you see, they're all underwater and you can see all the backgrounds are all, it's not a generic background. Every single card has got its own special background that really complements some of the colors. You see some of the backgrounds, some of the mermaids have got very light backgrounds, and some of the mermaids have got really much darker backgrounds, like this one, a much darker background. So this really complements some of the colors very well. So in terms of illustration, fantastic. This is a beautiful set. I've opened a lot of boxes for this. I think there's a total of 5 box opening videos. So I total opened 10 boxes for this one. And up from the first box till the last box, right? I didn't get tired. So I always feel happy when opening up boxes to see. So in terms of artwork, right, the vision, everything, right, yes, I think full marks for this one. Full marks in terms of illustration. Now that you've heard me rave about all the illustration, artwork and everything, the next criteria, realization, right, is what really brings this back down to earth. So in terms of card quality, the card quality, in terms of implementation, yes, I mean it's implemented quite nicely. In terms of card quality, right, I do think that card quality is a little bit lacking. So if you compare cards like this to normal standard Magic cards, right, this feels a little bit flimsy. The card quality feels a little bit flimsy. And okay, as is standard with all Vanguard cards, right, they're all a little bit smaller than the standard Pokemon and Magic cards. So they're all about the same size as the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh cards are also slightly smaller. So in terms of card quality, illustration, artwork, color-wise, fantastic. But card quality, I think, is a little bit lagging. Even although I do admit, right, some of the foils look very, very beautiful. Some of the foils look very beautiful. Like like for example, the foil. This is a SP card, SP. SP rarity. So the foiling, you see, this is like it's like a fingerprint kind of foiling. Foiling is very, very beautiful. Okay, I'm not using this as an excuse, right, to come and ogle at this at Miss Lin, glittery baby Lin. This is not an excuse to ogle at Lin. Okay, but I'm just trying to point out, right, the foiling is done very well, very beautiful. It's not just a normal foil. You can actually see that there's a bit of a kind of a 3D texture kind of effect to the foil. So foiling is actually quite well done. The only thing is that cut quality, I feel that is a little bit suspect. So you see, cut quality, I think, is a little bit suspect. Other than that, yeah, nothing much that I can say in terms of realization. It's a very, very small set. The box that you buy this in is a very small box. It feels inexpensive. It feels cheap. It doesn't feel, it doesn't feel as grand as if you, let's say, if you hold a set box or some of the maybe like Dragon Ball boxes. Some of the boxes really feel like it's an expensive product. But but of course, the price point is also different for Twinkle Melody and some of the more expensive Magic and Pokemon products, of course. So this one I can't really compare, but it does. I do feel that I have to dock a few points from this one because of the quality, how it feels. Even like when you buy the box, yeah, I should have kept at least a box or do when I do the review. But anyway, when you see when I open the boxes, right, you can tell, right, the boxes are very, very cheap. So it comes in a box of 10 or 12, I think. It is very cheap, and it doesn't even have a wrapper. So it does feel, in terms of the it doesn't feel so high quality. So that's why realization probably not so high in my book. The next criteria, gamble, okay, is one of the most important, I feel, right? I mean, because at its very core, right, all TCGs, right, are a form of gacha. Okay, it's a form of gambling. So I feel that this particular criteria is the most important. And in terms of gamble, right, for CardFight, for specifically for CardFight Vanguard, I do not think that it is it is not. I think it's slightly below average. Okay, in terms of like short-term value, gamble, I'm really looking at the short-term value. Most of the value is actually concentrated into that one ASR card. So like the ASR card is where is it? The ASR card is one of is a version of this Lupina, okay, as an ASR. So it's the exact same artwork, but it's just a different rarity of Lupina. So I think that card itself is like over $100, but then everything else is not worth any. Everything else it's not worth money. So in terms of I think it doesn't really have very good value distribution. So sometimes, like when you open, right, you're only looking for that particular ASR card. If you're looking for the financial value, right, you're only really looking to break that particular Lupina ASR. So it doesn't give you that anticipation because you know everything else that you get, even the OCRs and SPs, are not really that worth that much money. So in terms of gamble and gacha, right, this does bring down the emotional impact, right, when I'm really cracking open boxes. But of course, this is actually rescued by the fact that it's all waifu. I always, every time I open the packs, right, and I see waifu staring at me, right, I feel high. Okay, so slightly below average, but sort of safe by the fact that it's a full waifu set. Okay, still so that full waifu, that aspect of it being a full waifu set gives me excitement and intrigue. So yeah, still, yeah, okay, slightly below average. So the next criteria is innovation. Innovation is basically like the gameplay, the product itself, whether that it is there any like new elements of design or gameplay to this product, how they do the promotions, did they introduce new card types and such. I think this is a very sort of humming, factory humming, along the production line kind of product. So in terms of innovation, I think it's a straight zero. I don't know whether there's any, even for the promotions wise and all these things, right? Because I think it's a very, very small set. I think this is a little bit sort of overlooked, because it's also too small a set. Oh yeah, before I go into this one, do you all see what I'm doing? Okay, so what happens? So this is another gripe with the smaller size cards. So if you are looking at other cards, like for example, magic cards. So magic cards actually fit very nicely, very snug into the pages. So when I flip the pages, right, it all fits very nicely. But because the CardFight Vanguard cards are a little bit smaller, so right, it is a little bit loose and it tends to run around in the binder pages. So when I flip them, you see, so this happens sometimes. So this is another a very, very minor gripe with the slightly smaller sizes of Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So that's a very, very small gripe. But other than that, in terms of innovation, I feel that it's not that all innovative. So I think it's almost zero, no value at all in terms of innovation. Maybe except for the fact that it's a full waifu set. So yeah, so it's not a complete zero because it's a full waifu set, because at least they know what people want to see, what people want to buy. So a bit of marks there, a little bit of pity points there, because it's a full waifu set. So the last criteria that I talk about is usually novelty. So novelty is the significance, whether it is iconic, it is nostalgic, and whether it provides a long-term value. So and whether it's original. So in terms of novelty, I feel that it's all zero. Is it significant? Is this product significant? I don't think it is that significant, even within the reference and the framework, the pipeline of CardFight Vanguard products. I don't think it is going to be iconic or nostalgic, even though it's a full waifu set. Maybe for me, definitely for me, I'm always going to look back on this very fondly, because it's all waifu and all very, very beautiful waifus. Okay, but I do not think that it is significant enough, right, to warrant any sort of nostalgia moving forward. And in terms of long-term value, I do not really see any sort of long-term value in this product. In terms of recognition, because maybe 5-10 years down the line, we thought, that product from CardFight Vanguard, all waifus, all mermaid. Maybe a very, very small subset of people who are into CardFight Vanguard will know, this is that full waifu product, all mermaids one. But other than this very, very, very niche group, I do not think that this holds much value in terms of novelty. So yeah, I think that this scores quite poorly in terms of novelty. Not a complete zero, because it's a full waifu set. So after taking into account, all the criteria I've mentioned, I'm gonna give this set a solid 3 stars. This is a very average set. I mean, if you look at it objectively, it's a very average set. It's like I have to say that it's even below average. It might be like a 2-star set. But say for the fact that it is full waifu, the fact that it's full waifu actually give it an extra star in my opinion. Okay, if this is not a full waifu set and with very, very beautiful, well-drawn waifus, very bouncy waifus with very nice anatomies, right? This will be a 2-star set. But I'm going to give it 3 stars because the waifus, the mermaids, does hold a special place in my heart, and also some other region which I'm not going to talk about. But okay, I do think that this is quite a solid product, because like for our TCG market is inundated, right, with a lot of very masculine products. Or you see, right, when you go into a LGS, right, what do you see in the LGS? You see like very masculine monsters and dragons and demons, or very hunky men looking down at you. But then in the midst of all this, right, you see this Twinkle melody with all the rainbows and all the boobs and all the girls, all beautiful waifus smiling at you, right? So this is it's like a breath of fresh air. When you open so much TCG, it's like, wow, this is fantastic. All waifus only. Wow, very, very nice. So in this context, I have to give it 1 more star then, if I were to give it objectively. So 3 stars for this set. Would I recommend you to buy? Of course. I mean, if you love waifu, this is a beautiful, beautiful set. In terms of gameplay, financial value-wise, no, I think you all can skip. But if you do appreciate waifus like me, yeah, definitely it's going to be a good buy. Yes. And I've come to the end of my set review. Okay, this is completely objective one. No personal feelings. This is objective one. If you all like what you see, please help me to like and subscribe. If you all don't like, please help me to dislike and subscribe. But any other case, right, just subscribe, okay? I'm going to have more videos coming up soon, more reviews. And if you like what you see, right, please leave me a comment. Tell me what I can do better. And I'll see you all on the next time. Bye-bye.